Hey, this is Coach Raheem. I want to talk to you a little bit about self-care. And the reason why I want to talk to you about self-care is because in my line of work, I deal with people going through a lot of different situations in life. Some situations are situations where people are trying to improve themselves, and sometimes people are just trying to get themselves to a point where they feel good about themselves. We live a life where you have to take care of a lot of responsibilities. We go through our day and we try to focus in on all of the things that we're responsible for. And in the midst of doing that, sometimes we have a tendency to lose ourselves. Today's message is for that person. It's for those people who are trying to improve themselves and for those people who sometimes can feel a little bit bogged down by life. We're doing all of these things. We're taking care of our families. We're going to work. We're taking care of our responsibilities at a job where, we're providing services and all of that. But in the midst of those things, going day in and day out, week in, week out, year after year, sometimes we forget ourselves. Okay. So the way to regaining control over ourselves is through self-care. It's through realizing that at some point during the day, during the week, during the month, we have to schedule in some time for ourselves, some time to take care of ourselves. And I want to give you some strategies for helping you take better care of yourself. Okay. First, let me say this. Self-care is an important aspect of life. You ought not put it on the back burner. Even if your intentions are honorable, some of us, if we're honest, we kind of have placed the value of others in an unhealthy position in our own lives, where we place everybody else's needs and wants ahead of our own, and then we kind of have this feeling at the end of the day as if we're so fulfilled because we've taken care of everybody else. That can be problematic. Of course, it's great to help other people and serve the people in your family and your friends and, wherever you work at, the work that you do, especially if it's honorable work. Those things are important. But you have to stop and take a look at the quality of your service, the quality in which you provide for others. I've worked with people who do so much for others, and then they turn around and complain and gripe about all of the things that they did and how they sacrificed and what they gave up for the needs of others. And I always think to myself, man, I wonder if you actually stop to think, is this healthy activity for you? You see, we all have opportunities to serve, and it's a very noble thing. But are you serving with a spirit of fulfillment? Does it make you happy? If you're giving away all of your energy and all of your time, and at the end of the day, you feel completely tapped out and like you've just been used and abused, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So here are some steps that I want to point out to you to help you take better care of yourself. The first step is to realize that self-care is your responsibility. It's not anybody else's. So if you're waiting for someone to step into your life to provide you with some things that will help you feel better, you're going to be waiting a long time. And if you're not completely clear about this, you could end up in a situation where, say, for example, if you're dealing with a relationship and you get in a relationship with somebody and you've been thinking, man, you know what? I'm going to have this person do all of these things and that's going to make me feel fulfilled because if they love me, they're going to do it. That's abuse. The reason why it's abuse is because if someone comes into your life voluntarily and they're getting with you and you and that person are connecting, and then this person has to stop living their life to fulfill your life, to take care of you, that can be a bit much. I'm not saying that the person that you get with or the person that you're in a relationship with should not take care of you. I'm simply saying that if you're expecting the person with whom you're in a relationship with to take care of the things that you should be doing for yourself, that's an unfair request that they'll never meet, because nobody is going to take care of you the way you can take care of yourself. So first, remember that taking care of yourself is your responsibility, it's nobody else's. Second, the next thing that you can do to make sure that you take better care of yourself is to schedule some time each and every day. Do not allow the day to go by, a full 24 hours, where you have not taken time to take care of yourself. Now, if you live a busy life and you have a lot of responsibilities, you can still afford to put 15 minutes in your day just for yourself. Remember, self-care is nobody else's responsibility. And I want to tell you, if you haven't realized it, life will not stop to make sure that you take care of yourself. It will continue going. So just like all other things that are important to you, you have to schedule that time in and make time for yourself. Step 3. If you don't take care of yourself and keep it simple, you won't do it. Our brains are designed in a very funny way. Sometimes the things that we need most, if we think about it too long and it becomes this long, difficult, hard process, we won't do it. We'll put it off. We'll procrastinate. And procrastinating on self-care is dangerous because it can become habitual, where you're always just putting yourself last, or always ignoring the fact that you need to stop and take care of yourself, to give yourself a chance to refresh. And that refreshing chance is not just a good night's sleep. That's a good part of it. But you also need breaks throughout the day where you can stop, breathe, relax, understand, and realize that whatever it is that you're doing, it is certainly not more important than you being able to take care of yourself. So keep in mind, as you begin to build into your schedule some time for self-care, that you keep it very simple. Don't be fancy. Don't be difficult. Don't make it something that you got to do a whole bunch of things in order to get to. Like some people, they start thinking about self-care and their mind automatically defaults to vacation. If you got to go on a vacation for self-care, in other words, just to have self-care, your life is going to be difficult. Make self-care easy. Here's some key things just to remember in closing. Put yourself first. Remember, self-care is nobody else's responsibility. Balance your day. Put self-care on your calendar so that you can ensure that you're taking care of yourself at some point during the day. Do healthy things. Don't make self-care difficult. Self-care can be as simple as working out, stretching your body, stretching your mind, eating more healthy foods like fruits and veggies, growing yourself, taking time out to reflect on who you are and what you really want to do in life, and making sure that the things that you're doing are aligned to what you're trying to achieve. Most importantly, never forget, self-care is always your responsibility, as nobody else's. Thank you for listening to my podcast. If you found what I had to say valuable to yourself or to others, please like and follow my podcast. Share it. You never know who you're helping. Somebody out there needs help and they need a good message. And if you share this podcast, you might be helping them. You never know. I put out new material every Thursday and every Monday. So by following my podcast, you'll automatically get messages to let you know that new content has been posted. If you would like to schedule a coaching session with me, or if you want me to come speak at your event, please contact me at coachraheen.com. That's CoachRahien.com. I'll be glad to come out and talk to you or talk to your group, and together we can take things to the next level. Until next time, take good care of yourself.